You feel well rested and excited about going to work, just like you used to, until you step inside the dark and dreary security office. Somehow all your enthusiasm deflates, and you feel exhausted, as if you hadn't slept for 8 hours, as if you have always been in this office, and you will always be in this office. You settle into the seat and sigh, feeling like you've aged 5 years in the 5 seconds it took you to come in and sit down. It must be this midnight shift. Working as night watchman, you lose touch with all the good parts of the job that motivate you each day. There are no coworkers to catch up with, you don't see the smiling kids' faces or hear their happy laughter, and you don't get to see the animatronics the way they're meant to be seen, as entertainers instead of vengeful stalkers. When you go outside into the sunlight, your memories of the night before seem to dull and fade. When you're safe at home talking with Coppelia, you question everything that happened, and you come to the same conclusion. You imagined it. It wasn't that bad. After all, you're alive. If the animatronics really were alive and hunting you, what would be your chances of surviving 1 night? 2? 5? Really darn slim. Maybe those lapses in memory are some survival mechanism. How can you go home to your daughter each morning and live a normal life knowing such horrors exist in the world? How could you leave her each night and come back to work here knowing you might not ever see her again? Only if you forget. But you also have a job to do. You've always been the responsible one, even as a kid. No one had to ask you to do your homework before watching TV and riding your bike. You were, and still are, what they call an overachiever. And yet, you ended up working security at Freddy's. So many people don't understand that, but you tell them some things are more important than a fancy job and a big paycheck. I love those animatronics, and I make a difference when I go to work each day. Do you still believe that? Did you ever? You sit up straight and switch on the security monitor. Time to make the donuts, you mutter. A child laughs behind you. You spin the chair around and look behind you. There's nothing there but lockers and shadows. Pull yourself together, Ralph. Only 3 more nights. You begin as you always do, pushing buttons. You cycle through all the camera feeds on the monitors, and everything is copacetic until you hit the party rooms. What the? You lean closer to the jittery video screen. A table and chairs have been overturned in Party Room 2, and there's a large dark puddle on the floor. The window in the far wall is broken. A crushed paper party hat lies in the hallway outside. This is why we don't have more windows. Everyone always wants to schedule their parties in Party Room 2 because it has one of the few windows in the restaurant, but the moment you saw it, you knew it was a big security risk. Kids are always breaking it on a dare, though no one has ever gotten inside before. Someone has to clean up that mess in Party Room 2. You put your finger on your nose. Not it, you say. You sigh. This security job has more janitorial duties than you expected. You need supplies from the closet in the west hall to mop the floor and board up the window. And you should locate that intruder before they break anything else, or get themselves hurt. If you head to the supply closet, choose the option on the top left. If you check the west hall camera, choose the option on the top right. If you check the supply closet camera, choose the option on the bottom left. If you check cameras for intruders, choose the option on the bottom right.